In life, we are faced with different choices, and these choices make us who we are. Hello, I'm Tadili, and this is the UPTV Online Profile Student Edition. Today, we will be featuring a UP student who helps her community. To know more about her, let's watch this. Giving back to the community and serving the people comes in different forms. For Sadeka Mesalucha, giving back means doing what she is most passionate about. A fourth-year broadcast communication student in the University of the Philippines, Diliman, Sadeka shares her knowledge and passion in writing through teaching journalism to the youth in Bulacan. She was also editor-in-chief of her high school's publication, Pintig, which won in the Regional Secondary Schools Press Conference. Sadeka was also given the President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo Award for Outstanding Accomplishment in Campus Journalism. As a UP student, Sadeka continues to learn and absorb the knowledge and experience that only the university can offer. In turn, she imparts these things to her students. Sadeka shows that the best way to inspire and influence other people is to serve the community by teaching and sharing her passion in writing. A student, a writer, a teacher, Sadeka Mesalucha. Thank you for being with us here, Miss Sadeka Mesalucha. So, as we've seen in the video a while ago, when did you develop your talent for writing?
Developing it is lifetime, but maybe about realization of my writing passion. It begins when you started reading and you become fascinated with what you read, and suddenly you have this thought that I also want to write. So I also want to come up with these ideas that I used to just read on books and magazines. So I think that's how I found out that I wanna come up with these kinds of write-ups as well.
So what kind of articles are you really writing?
Well, newspaper articles basically, but I of course I began with poems, something like that when I was in elementary, but when I was in high school it turned to producing or coming up with newspaper articles. My favorites are editorial and feature, although I also write news.
Why is it your favorite?
The editorials and features, you can express yourself more on those articles, because news, you have like this structure that you would have to follow, but in feature it's so free, it's liberating. In editorial you can opinionate, well, although those opinions need to be based on facts, but you can express yourself more compared to news or sports writing even.
So you are a writer, and it was mentioned that you also love teaching. So why did you pursue broadcasting?
Well, teaching, I don't think that I could really say that I love it, but I have this feeling that I want to transfer everything that I've known, so you can't do that only by teaching. So teaching is the medium.
As a writer and a constant college scholar, I would like to ask you, who are your inspirations for these things that you've been doing?
Inspirations? Well, I got a lot. First and foremost, we have our family, your family. At the end of it all, when everything fails, when you thought of them, the thought of them keeps you going. Aside from family, my fellow man. That sounds cheesy, but whenever I see children walking in the streets without clothes, I came to this thinking that I need not to stop. I need to do something like that. And although during this time I feel like very limited, but I think pursuing small steps, going to the right direction is actually the beginning of this big dream.
So as a UP student, how will you be able to help the community aside from these things that you are doing?
Aside from these things that I'm doing, well, I could not think of so much now, but I think what I want to do is to continue what I've started, because I think this is very flourishing. So I think I'm just gonna continue it, and any improvements that we could think of, maybe we will execute.
Okay, we'll be having a break, so let's go back. UPTV Online Profile Student Edition will be right back. Welcome back to UPTV Online Profile Student Edition, and I'm Tadili, your host for today. We have here Miss Sadeka Mesalucha. Going back, Miss Sadeka Mesalucha, I would like to ask you, what has been the most hard experience for you in your college life?
Okay. Well, I think that was when the time that I needed to leave the academe. Is for some finances, for some finances related reasons, I would have to leave the academe, and that means not finishing the degree within the given within the given span of time, right? So I think that's it. I really stumbled that time because we were raised like people who to love education much, and when that happens to you, so you really will be feeling stuck, something like that.
Is that one of the reasons why you pursued teaching for high school students?
Because I was thinking of doing anything that time when I was not at school, right? I wasn't with UP, so I was thinking, what will I do now with my life, something like that. So I came to the realization that I shouldn't be stopping. So it may be that I am not with UP right now, but I still can continue. So yeah, what I did was continue my passion in writing and converting them by teaching young people. Well, we say young people, elementary and high school students in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, and that's it.
So, as a UP student, how were you able to maximize your skill in broadcasting in order for you to teach the students in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan?
Well, no, when you enter or when you take broadcasting course, you really learn creativity, and I think that helped me a lot. Preparing your materials, presenting it to them in a more interesting way. Yeah, I think that's basically what the course broadcasting contributed in my doing of teaching.
So, is it really your passion, teaching?
Well, my my siblings, they are all teachers, so I think I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it runs in the blood. Although passion, again, I said earlier that it is actually the medium that I can see on how I can transport everything that is in here. So it's like I wanna transport everything that I have in mind, and the only medium that I see is teaching right now, because I'm not into airing shows, so teaching.
So, how did you manage to balance your UP life with teaching? You are a good student. How were you able to balance it all?
I think it would really boil down in knowing what you want and knowing what your goal is, because when you know what your goal is, even if everything fails, you would keep going, and also discipline is very important. You would have to make sure that you attend to everything, you do everything, so discipline.
All right, thank you for that. So today, thank you for having Miss Sadeka Mesalucha. So we learned today that even though you have a lot of hardships, you could do so. You would be able to do your best. Okay, this is Tadili, and this is UPTV Online Profile Student Edition. Today, we have learned that being a UP student is more than being excellent. It is about sharing that excellence to others. I'm Crescent Tadili, and this is UPTV Online Profiles Student Edition.